Good morning and welcome into NFL Daily. I am Tom Downey. We're taking a look at the full NFL playoff picture, the schedule, the dates and times, with a focus on the AFC, since that's the one that got changed on Sunday Night Football. Here's where things sit. The Ravens, as we've known for over a week now, have locked up the number 1 seed. They will be the only AFC team on bye this week. The Bills, who had entered the final week with a chance of being the 2 seed or out of the postseason, they clinched a spot thanks to the Jags choking. They get the 2 seed by beating Miami in an awesome game. Chiefs the 3 seed. Houston ends up jumping to the 4 seed after being a win-and-in scenario on Saturday. The Browns are up to 5 seed. They're still that spot. Miami slides down to 6. 2 weeks ago, they were fighting for the 1 seed. Crazy how the NFL playoffs work. And Pittsburgh sneaks on in as the 7 seed. Now, briefly here on the NFC, this again we knew last night. Niners are on bye. The Cowboys are the 2 seed. The Lions are the 3 seed. Tampa's the 4. Philly's the 5. The Rams in the backup bust bowl between Wentz and Darnold won the 6 seed. And the Packers, the 7 seed. We'll break down some more of those matchups here. This is the schedule, date, and times here for the games. First up, the AFC. This kind of trickling out during around halftime of the Sunday Night Football matchup. The number 5 seeded Browns on the road against Houston at 4:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, as the AFC South continues to always play one of the Saturday games on NBC. That has not changed. What has changed is Peacock has an exclusive NFL playoff game. Number 6 Miami at number 3 Kansas City. No surprise, NFL giving Peacock a really good game to help NBC make up the money they spent for it. The Steelers against the Bills at Buffalo, which could be a bad weather game, by the way. 1 p.m. Sunday, early forecast, not looking all that great. We'll see how that changes. That'll be on CBS. So the 3 AFC games, all done immediately. Then it's the 3 NFC games. Green Bay at Dallas, maybe not blue blood anymore, but a historic rivalry game there. 4:30 p.m. Eastern Sunday on Fox. Rams at Lions again on Sunday. That'll be on NBC. And then the Eagles at the Bucs. Monday Night Football, back-to-back years. Tampa, the NFC South winner, will host the NFC East number 5 seed wildcard team on Monday Night Football. Kind of crazy that all breaks down. Now we're going to preview and break down these playoff matchups, specifically more for the AFC. We did, however, break down the NFC already. My guy Matthew Peterson took care of that yesterday afternoon. If you haven't already watched it, go check it out. I'll link it in the comments section and the description, but make sure you are subscribed. Let's briefly here mention the number 1 seeded Baltimore Ravens. They have clinched the number 1 seed for just the 2nd time in franchise history. They did not try very hard against the Steelers. Why would they? In the Saturday game, which was also terrible weather game. By the way, it is way worse to play in that weather with just like cold and rainy and windy than it is in the snow. I would rather play in the snow. There's a little bit more humidity, feels a little bit better. That was just an ugly game. Steelers ran down their throats against the backups, of course. They will play the lowest seed in the divisional round that will be reseeded. So you would assume, well, you actually won't know who you play until 1 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, because you might have to play the Steelers if they win. Seems somewhat unlikely. The possibility of a Joe Flacco revenge game against Baltimore is very much in the cards. Who do you think ends up winning the AFC this year? It'll be the pinned comment on today's video. If the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know, who do you think wins the AFC? Let's look more in depth at both of these matchups. It's first up a rematch game. The Texans and the Browns did play earlier this season in a game that Houston did not have C.J. Stroud for back at the end of December, Christmas Eve. Browns won that game 36-22. Houston kind of tried to mount a late rally. It was a Davis Mills and Case Keenum both playing game. Keenum did not play very well in that matchup. They make the move to Mills. The Browns' offense has been... I've never seen a more deceptive scoring offense, scoring defense numbers than what I see right here. The offense has scored points. in large part because the defense is giving them great opportunities. And Joe Flacco of late has just gone air raid Flacco of just bombing stuff downfield despite some turnovers there. And the defense sometimes allows points because the offense puts them in a really bad spot. That's why I like to use stuff like DVOA and EP per play, just kind of a better indication of who's to blame and who's to credit for that stuff there. What is noteworthy, by the way, on the road against Houston, the Browns are actually a 3-point favorite in this one. The over-under set at 44. So the bookmakers expecting a 23-20, 24-20 type of game out of this one. I think a lower scoring game certainly does make some sense. I think overall, the playoff matchups are really good, and who had Flacco-Stroud playoff bingo card? Nobody did, and that's what we get to kick things off. Today's show is made possible by LinkedIn. At the start of the new year, every small business owner is asking themselves the same question. What's the one move I can make that'll take my business to the next level in 2024? LinkedIn Jobs knows that your success all depends on the team you surround yourself with. That's why LinkedIn Jobs has created the tools to help you find the right professionals for your team faster and for free. For example, just like producer Chris, who we found via LinkedIn Jobs here at Chat Sports. LinkedIn isn't just another job board. LinkedIn has a vast network of more than 1 billion professionals, which makes it the best place to hire. Hiring is easy when you have that many qualified candidates. So easy, in fact, that 86% of small businesses get a qualified candidate within 24 hours. That's why small businesses rank LinkedIn Jobs number 1 in delivering quality hires versus leading competitors. LinkedIn also knows that small businesses are wearing so many hats and might not have the time or resources to hire. Thankfully, with LinkedIn, the process is intuitive, quick, and easy. So post your job for free at linkedin.com/NFL Daily. That's linkedin.com/NFL Daily to post your job for free. Terms and conditions do apply. Now, in what I think might be is the number 1 playoff game this week, it's one of the lower spread games overall. The Dolphins at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Dolphins offense, well, the team overall, outside of one narrow win over the Cowboys that they probably should have lost if the defense could have gotten one stop by Dallas. But hey, Miami delivered. They've not beaten very many good teams. It's kind of been the whole thing about Miami is, can they beat the good teams? Well, now they're on the road, and again, what could be not great weather or at least cold weather in Kansas City, the number 2 scoring offense against the number 2 scoring defense. Isn't that a fantastic matchup? Miami's been hit pretty hard with injury bugs. If I had told you at the beginning of the year the Chiefs are at home against the Dolphins in the playoffs, I think we would have said the Chiefs would have been higher than a 3.5-point spread. But this offense for Kansas City hasn't been the same. The Dolphins are a bit banged up. They're down 2 of their top pass rushers, but the Chiefs' offense looks kind of, middling relative to expectations there. This should be a fantastic game. Hopefully you have Peacock. If not, both our Dolphins and Chiefs channels here will be live for this game. So do you have Peacock to be able to watch Dolphins Chiefs? By the way, if you are local in Kansas City and Miami, if you're part of the local TV grouping, it will be on NBC for you. But everyone else, got to have Peacock. Do you have it? Y for yes, N for no. The Steelers, bottom 5 scoring offense, top 6 scoring defense, which is very impressive, by the way, to have that dichotomy and still win 10 games. It's what Pittsburgh does. They just keep finding ways to do it. The Bills, meanwhile, top 6 scoring offense, top 4 scoring defense. Those 2 things being top 10 normally is good indication of you're a very dangerous football team. And dangerous maybe is a good way to describe it. Chaos is another one. It's Josh Allen, man. You got everything you could have won in a Bills playoff game against the Dolphins, right? He had reckless turnovers, chaos plays. He's doing quarterback sneaks and looking at the sideline to see if he got it. As he's doing it, just go forward, Josh. It was peak Josh Allen, and I mean that in a mostly positive way as well. Steelers, meanwhile, it's going to be Mason Rudolph against Josh Allen. 10-point favorites, low scoring over-under already. This could be kind of an ugly, bad weather game. I might take the under on that one. Who do you have winning, though? B for the Bills, S for the Steelers. Sound off for me in the comments section. We'll see, I think, at least one upset in the AFC. I don't know if that's Brown. Oh, I guess Browns are actually the favored team despite being the number 5 seed. Not feeling great about Steelers-Bills, but I think that Dolphins-Chiefs game could be an all-timer on Peacock. In the NFC, by the way, just briefly, I want to mention the spreads that are out at this stage. Dallas is a 7.5-point home favorite against Green Bay. That's the second largest spread beyond the other 2-7 matchup. The Lions are a 3-point home favorite. By the way, we keep saying Stafford revenge game? No, it's not. This is a Jared Goff revenge game. They threw him out of the house. They kicked him out the minute he turned 18 and said, nope, you're done. Bye. We hate you. Go away. And now it's Jared Goff revenge game. Eagles, by the way, are a 2.5-point favorite on the road against Tampa. Both teams not playing all that great. We will have live coverage for you of these games. We'll have more playoff. We'll have predictions for you guys later this week, too. Plus a mock draft today. Make sure you are subscribed.